What's going on, everybody? I bet everybody else was like 1 minute, 5 minutes. What's going on? I know one thing. It was a Super Bowl yesterday. There's no more NFL for a while. And this is a show that you definitely don't want to miss.
Here to bring you the facts, data, and statistics up close and personal. Letting you decide if it truly is hate or debate.
Pulls off three-pointer. Bang! It's good! Wins the game at the buzzer! Oh my God! They know that! Are you kidding me?
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the flyest, the livest, the littest, the wittest program where we talk about sports. Yesterday, I did that roller coaster real quick. That's how my emotions were yesterday. I am MVP the Geek. This is TT in the building with me. T, how you doing this evening?
Oh, I'm feeling absolutely lovely today.
Good to see you. And I'm also, as always, here with the man himself. Matter of fact, let me toast you up. That looked a little familiar. That brand.
Look, we got the wine. We got the wine glass.
I'm not mad at it. Mr. Hit him with the
Mr. Hit him with that yo.
Let's get it. Everybody, before we get this show started off tonight was our last rec ball basketball game, and we had the scrappiest team in the league. I want to lead this off by saying this. If there was a playoff, we're the team that nobody wanted to play. All year, from the draft, everybody was going for the great players, not worried about middle guys and guys that play certain roles. That's what I went into the draft looking for. That's what Boogie perfected. We ended up with a squad that we beat the best team in the league tonight by 10 points. And when we get the 10-point lead, we took our best players outside of our ball handler. We only had one ball handler all year. That's it. We didn't have two people that can handle it the same. We had another guy, Elijah, my boy. He could play, but he's going to fire it. His passes ain't as good. Chase, shout out to Mr. MVP himself. This man bobbed and weaved through like 8 players the last minute, and they couldn't get the ball from him at all after I told him, bro, they're waiting for you to move the ball out your hand to lunge. You got to make a move. Man, this man made the adjustments. This is a player the last 2 previous games was in hard tears because he knew the team that he had. The beginning of the year, he was there when we had 3 players at practice. Nobody showing up. He knew about it. He was there. He saw everybody grow. He took it the hardest. But the man today, he played the game, and at the end reminded me what I told him. I said, if y'all win this game, because you look like y'all going to lose, y'all going to let them lose. Y'all win it, I'll run 4 laps at the banquet. If not, y'all going to run 8. All right. That's a bet. All right. At the end of the game, coach, you got those 4 laps. Boogie, go ahead.
He made sure. Hey, word. Hey, no, but word. He tapped you. He made sure. Hey, coach. You lost that bet, right? Yeah. You know you lost it. All right, just to make sure. Hey, pay what you owe. Pay what you owe. I like it. Hey, but now, like, listen. Tonight's game was great, man. It just really shows the testament of the type of team that we had. And it was like everybody, not only the kids, but like the parents, they showed up and showed out tonight, man. And it was a beautiful thing, man, because honestly, if we play our brand of basketball, we're undefeated, you know what I mean, in that league. But you know what I did like is that we ended it out strong, and it stood a true testament to what our team name was grind out. So we grinded it out, man. And like the last 2 games that we had, it was hard to see your guys, you know what I'm saying, upset and crying and stuff like that. But tonight, like I told them before they started, I said, man, regardless of anything tonight, man, just go out there and have fun, man. And them kids came out and they was balling out, man. Everybody was in their bag, man. So shout out to the kids, man, for definitely going out there competing and getting it done. Shout out to you, Coach Pete. You know what I'm saying? You brought me in. You brought me in under the umbrella, man. It was a great season, man. I'm just, you know what I'm saying, forever humble to be a part of that. You know what I mean? So yeah, because like in the times and T. You can probably you know what? T, I don't know you that well, but I can tell you what you know in sports and stuff like that. I can just see you at the kids' game, like, hey, no, you need to do this. So I can I feel that energy when I hear you because you passionate about when we on here like dropping jewels. So like I could just see you like, yo, you going crazy at the kids' games, and that's me too. I was just like, yeah, so.
AT.
I was telling Pete. That's how my love of sports was with my dad. So I actually helped him coach a few years.
Yeah.
Like we did the draft. Like I would look at some players. I'm like, okay, you got the ones who know they can play. They ain't gonna listen. The ones that can't play, they ain't gonna want to listen to a girl. So I'm like, you want me to put together a team? How am I supposed to do this?
Yeah.
It's a joy when you can see the kids and you see the growth.
Yes.
What the beginning and see the end it's not always counted in basket skill. It's what you see. There's the skill that was the hardest for them when they can get it under control and okay, this is what we got this year. Wait till next year what we can do. So, but congrats, fellas, on y'all having a decent
man. AT, I just want to put this heart emoji up for you because you are truly a jewel in the gym to have on the show. Definitely. But I just love your insight. Like you just you said a mouthful right there. It's not always added up in the baskets and stuff like that. But when you see the growth, and that's it. That's just anything though. Like I love it, man. I'm forever thankful for you too, T.
AT, I threw a curveball in for Boogie this year that he never saw coming.
What'd you do?
The first couple games, I was like, I'm gonna let you coach the second half or the first half, and then I'm gonna, coach the rest of the game and stuff. Head coach.
But that's a good thing.
Nah. The third game into it, I didn't coach. I let Boogie do his thing, so he can see what it was. See the thing that was different in the whole league. They was worried about Boogie, his size, who he was, how he talking. But at the same time, I'm right behind Boogie. And what are you doing? Look at me. I get their whole attention. What was that? The directness. He was the great guy. He's the big guy. He's the basketball mind. Still, me and Boogie on the court together is what it is. But if they see me up there, they know me in the league. They think they know what I'm going to do. When they saw Boogie, it was a surprise every single time. Every single time. And it was a growing experience because during this AAU, it's going to be games I might not be able to attend for whatever the circumstance, but he has that now. It's not no dog, well, I'm going to do it. We got our system. Everything's in place. He knows his role and what he does. That's what it all was. I was trying to speed into the AAU without putting pressure on him. The man rose up to the challenge. He did his thing. We had a great season. Saturday is our banquet.
That's good because it's different when you're the transition from player to coach or just basketball aficionado lover to a coaching standpoint is not as easy as one may think because you have to know how to not only talk to kids, talk to other people in the league, and you have to know how to get the best out of your players because what you use as a parent or as an aunt and uncle to get out of those that are close to you doesn't always work for others. So you have to know how to tap in And like, and one of the things I love about Coach Staley is she's like, you had to meet the players where they are. And sometimes you got to meet the kids where they are, meet the parents where they are, understand, okay, how can I help you help me so that we can help this one?
And see, the thing that Boogie did best was that. So a lot of the games, it seemed one way, but it was another. He was learning the whole time. They didn't know it. Our players taught us, and we taught them as well.
Yeah.
Like when you know what you have, you know what you're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Boogie was that person. He's more calm. So he didn't know I was making him the face because I will blow up. I only told Shaw one thing, well, Boogie, one thing this year. I said, Boogie. And this was the other game when he was really, because they really did it. They really Patrick Mahomes us. I said, Boogie, coach the boys. Don't worry about them refs. Outside of that and coaching this year, I never had to tell him nothing else. That was just that time because it was that blatant. Even right after that, I did it. The first game that we went to that gym when we played, I had to get sat down because I was about to get teched up. I got a warning. And it's only because I know the rules and I've been there and that ref was trying us. I know when they're doing that. So I said, okay, from this game, no more further. It's not going to be what my passion is. Boogie is way more calm. I'm going to let him do it. He did it. And they tried him. And I just reminded him. I leaned over his shoulder. I said, Boogie, man, don't worry about them. Those boys need you.
Yeah.
Those boys need you. It was no more after that. He understood the assignment. He did it.
Yeah. So, hey, I ain't gonna front like, and it was crazy because like the game he talking about, like, yeah, I ain't even gonna front. I was really, really at it with that ref in that game, man, because it was just like, hey, I don't know what you like. I ain't even understand, but like he was just, yeah, I was really pissed and adamant, and like, you know what I mean, like, listen, as we like to live on, you know what I'm saying, we're not gonna leave it to the refs, but that was one of the games that I ain't gonna lie, the ref, he took me there. He took me out. He got me out of my character.
Oh, never let them
I was like, but from that point, like honestly, from that point, I did learn. I learned because like, yo, I was really about to lose it. Pete was like, and I just literally had calm Pete down. I literally just put him. I'm like, I said, Pete, just chill, sit down for a second, like, you know what I mean. And then, like, literally 2 plays later, I'm like, And he's like,
y'all can't get checked up and going out the game. Who gonna go?
Now, look, several plays before then, the parents is out there, and we calm, trying to keep them and our players right. But that's what they do. And like I said, I appreciate you, Boogie, for all you did this year, just like what you saw the parents put in the group chat. These are not fake things. You saw, you know what I mean? Their words themselves. Yeah. And you can see the appreciation. We don't coach up one player. We coached up a team this year.
Facts.
And what made it so lovely, man, they could go down anytime that they want to, as well as we can. Down at Planet Vapor. And get them a special book bag made. Get those jerseys. I threw a curve in for you. Don't you try to play for my game plan. I'm head coach out here. You go get your book bag. Get your jerseys for AA because those are our sponsors. 11 different locations, or go online. Get your T-shirts and everything else printed. Also, go for what's in the name. Boogie, run one down for me.
Hey, yo, shout out to my boy Fury Bro Studios, man. Yo, go out there, man, and get all your recording needs, productions, man, beats, help collaborations with songs, man, mixed and mastered, man. That's the guy you need to see, man. South Carolina's own, the legend, Blind Fury Bro Studios.
T, you want to run down the last one for us, T?
And last, but certainly not least, please check out Rock Bottom Studios, the first and only Black animation studio located right here in Columbia, South Carolina. We will be coming to you from Rock Bottom Studios. Just keep watching and following.
That's right. Those live Sundays is going to be there. If you got children that like to be in arts, media, and things of the sort, bring them down. We're going to show them how to podcast, as well as Corey and the squad is going to show them how to do animations. It's a vibe out there, and it's fresh after church. You're feeling good. You're feeling godly. We're giving back to the community. We're giving back to the kids. You know what I'm talking about? Because we're not always going to be here. They got to keep it going for us. They got to keep it going.
Right, dude.
Got our lovely guys out of the way. Yesterday was a the Super Bowl, and we had 17 weeks plus of great content.
Dang.
Talk about the halftime. But we're going to go ahead and get this thing started off. T, ladies first, because the first thing that she put on a post that she shared with them on Facebook, and everybody came to me like, yo, P, she calling you out. Who is she? I say, if you watch the show, you'll know who she is. No, she not calling me out. She said exactly what the post said. And she said at the end of her post, Pete, am I right? Yes, you were 100% right. And we were talking during the game. We talked at the halftime. We stayed in contact, and I was staying on. Look, guys. I want y'all to see the notes. I wrote the whole game.
Wow.
I wrote the whole entire game.
Yep.
Rewind it, fast forward it. I did it all. But the whole time I'm watching, I'm paying attention. I'm watching. I'm listening to T. I'm listening to Boogie. I'm listening to Black. I'm checking it out. I'm listening to the facts. I'm being reminded of what Pete said. I'm being reminded of what Scotty Too Hottie said. So y'all can let Scotty cook the next time because he was right too.
Yes. He was on point.
We had a show before the mix show.
Mm-hmm.
And all of us were saying the same thing. We had a mix show with the Bump and Run podcast, and we were saying these things. Tonight, T, go ahead and break that ice.
All I gotta say is, like I posted, I told everybody, I said, go watch Hater Debate. I said what I said. I said that the defense was going to have to play lights out. I said it was going to have to play lights out. What did that defense do? That defense came and played lights out. They couldn't do nothing with that format. They ain't blitzed the entire night.
Oh.
That 4-man rush had Mahomes run around like he was like they was playing duck goose out there running around.
Shout out to Joseph. He said, shout out to the kids for having fun. He said, shout out to y'all. And he also said, after that, good old church snap. You better believe it.
On Sunday. Yeah.
We appreciate you always.
Hey, just a shout out to Joseph because there ain't nothing like a nap for my after church nap.
I appreciate the nap. I am 43 years young, but I appreciate a nap now.
Wrong.
Finish cooking, T. Finish cooking.
Go ahead, T. My bad.
I also said, and correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all folks out there, correct me if I'm wrong. I also said they was gonna have to get the run game started on the ground. Why? Because once they focused on Saquon, that was gonna open up everybody else.
And wasn't that
what was going for that run game?
Wasn't that what we said before anything when we said who is more important out of Hurts and out of Saquon?
It was gonna be Saquon.
And you said you said, well, Pete said, I'm sorry. Pete said if Jalen Hurts, he said if Jalen Hurts plays a great game at the quarterback position, then he's more important because of the simple fact that Saquon, if he gets stopped, then Hurts still has to play quarterback. Hiram, shout out to you, duck goose all day, and I hope that goose is great.
Exactly, they're about to open it up. And now the last thing I remember saying was, if you limit the turnovers and that will increase production. That would be why the Eagles win. And what happened? They limited the turnovers. They increased production, not the way we thought it was going to be, because I don't think anybody predicted it to be a butt whooping that it was. But I said limit turnovers, increase production, and the Eagles would win. All I have to say is I said what I said, and if anybody asks any questions, I know I know what I know. So
argue with your mama.
Argue with your mama.
Heard what she said. You heard what
she said. What she said. Argue with your mama.
Thanks.
That's my rant for today, because I certainly posted that on Facebook.
A lovely rant, shall I say? A lovely rant. I love it.
Boogie, talk to the congregation, Boogie.
Well, hey man, come down here to Deacon Boogie. Let me enlighten you a little bit, because what Pastor TT just told y'all, that's exactly what she said. And you know what I'm saying, I gotta give a shout out to my man Ben BG4. BG4 was another guy that said that too, man. So for those that are behind on the content that we cooking, go back and see those. You know what I'm saying? So but listen, when I'm looking at this game, man, like from my perception, bro, like we saw Superman turn into Clark Kent.
Exactly.
And for those that are comic book fans, this is why you can appreciate this, right? Because when Superman first comes in contact with Kryptonite, what ends up happening?
And what color is Kryptonite?
Oh, okay. Thank you, T. See, I try to give them the melodic think about, but we gotta cook it faster for y'all right now. So listen, we've seen it. Because if for those that are football fans, listen.
Joe said the Eagles were a kryptonite.
Yeah, exactly. There you go, Joe. There you go. Yeah. But will we also, for those that watched them boys play in that first Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts played the hell of a game. That was just a little bit better that game. Like the game was super close. That was probably the most, the most exciting, Super Bowl that we've seen in the past 10 years. Let's put 10 years on that. That was the most, because they went back and forth. Jalen came down and made a play. Pat came down and made his play. And I ain't going front. When I was watching it, I'm a prisoner of the moment. I said, man, it was 24-0, which, listen, that defense, bro, oh my gosh. Yo, do you realize them two defensive backs is over there for the Eagles are rookies?
Yep.
Do you realize that front four is completed with 3 guys that won national championships in college, doing the same thing they're doing? Putting the suffocating defense on people. All right, I digress. And shout out to Saquon and Cooper DeJean, because it was both of their birthdays yesterday. What better way to end your birthday off but with a trophy? Listen, I'm gonna stop there because I want to leave something on the plate. You know what I mean? MVP, what you got?
What you got?
I'm glad because I was gonna go into that about the birthdays. Even though Saquon, his birthday ended with a Super Bowl. Cooper DeJean turned 22. He caught an interception that was a pick 6 by Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. That man walked away with the biggest and the best birthday present that anybody could ever have. I don't care if you was Jerry Rice catching one in the Super Bowl. I don't care if you was Brady throwing one in the Super Bowl. You caught an interception that was a pick 6 on one of the the top tier, the big dog, the man in quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Y'all remember late in the third when he got that bomb off. And we was like, oh, snap. Is it about to be some Patrick Mahomes time? Then that Eagles defense said,
Nope.
nah. How do you say on my wife and kids? Nah.
Yeah, no. That becomes
not happening.
Finger. No.
Hey, David Wayne used to kill that. He put the long dramatic pause on it too.
Nah.
Yeah.
But nah, it wasn't happening. Like I said, I was texting T the whole time, like, yo, both of these defenses are looking great. The way that they stopped Saquon Barkley, it was great, and it looked, but it didn't look all the way like, because we still saw what we saw in the Chiefs all year. You were fortunate enough to win the games. And I will not say lucky enough, because none of the games they won were by luck. You could say it's by the refs, and what we'll do collectively is say sometimes the other team got called didn't get called for holds. Sometimes the camera was on and this didn't get shown, but in that bright light moment when it didn't get called because the last two y'all got, sometimes it goes like that. And Boogie, to reference that today while you was coaching, on one of the plays, we got a steal. And Chase was on the bench. He was like, no, come on. I said, Chase, wait, calm down. It was a walk. It was a travel. I'm sorry, I used the hood terms. It was a travel because the defense clamped him. It looked like a foul because old boy fell, and that's what they teach you. Throw your body to the floor. No, before all of that came into place, you were in position. The trap was in position. Nah, we're not going that way with it. And when it works like that, and you look, it doesn't have to do with the referees. It has to do with we're going to play football. We're not leaving this into the hands of the referees. And what happened? They said, forget it. That one's off our shoulders. We're going on. That one's off of our shoulders. We're going on. And we're talking about back-to-back sacks with the Eagles. I'm not talking about penalties. Talk about back-to-back sacks. No, none of that. We still got a game to play because we do not know what's going to go on, and we're not leaving this in nobody's hands but ours. What did A.J. Brown say before the game? We're not letting nobody else write our story.
Nope.
Remember the little thing with the special where they had all the mics around them? What he did in the game, went back to the books. What you said, T? Went back to the books.
Back to the book. You see how the coach they gave the coach book, and he made sure he put that book in his little jacket to make sure that book was safe when he went back out for that next play.
You know what I'm saying?
Never seen Mahomes put
they did so good.
Mm-hmm.
Who would y'all give if you give two top awards, one defensively, one offensively? Matter of fact, I'm gonna say 4.
Can we get the whole defense an award? Because that was a team effort.
It would. Well, only reason I would say standouts because, and I think y'all will agree with me. Sweat.
Oh, yeah.
Dejon. That's 2 for defense for me. A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts offensively for me.
I'll agree with that whole. I will agree with that whole set of 4 because Sweat was a big part of that Dejon pick 6 because if you watch the play, he pushed him in into Mahomes and it threw him. And you saw him bobble, and when it bobbled, Cooper came up and ran it. And then his defense, when they realized he had the ball, they blocked and made sure to block for him to get him into that end zone. So that was I will agree with all 4 of those.
And remember Sweat 2.5 sacks in a recovery.
In a strip sack, I believe.
Yeah. And then a recovery on that. Boogie, go ahead, brother.
I mean, listen, I think I'm gonna put Devontae Smith over AJ. I go Devontae over AJ.
I'm not mad.
I mean, but listen, you can hey,
I'm not mad, bro.
Listen, you know what's crazy, man? Listen, I love. Listen, I'm a Giants fan, and a lot of times when you are in the same division with people, they feel like you got to be beefing with them, man. For me, I appreciate good football, right?
Yes.
So this is what I want to say. Philly has been building this team, bro. We watching it. We watching them build this team before our eyes. And everybody, I don't care. This is now you can't say nothing no more against this young man, Jalen Hurts. All he does is win. High school, college, Super Bowl. What y'all want him to play in next? What y'all gonna say? What do you need to do next?
He got to do a big three in it. He got to do a big three NFL.
Top, bro. Get off of his top. Jalen Hurts is definitely a quarterback QB1 in this league. And not only that, man, bro, I will take him. There's only one, possibly two guys I take over him. And I just see him beat one of the guys that I would take over him. The other guy that I will take just only over Jalen Hurts, and this is me personally, is that boy number 8 in Baltimore. After that, it's nobody else.
That's right.
And respectfully, I'm sorry, because I know some of y'all gonna want to slide in. Y'all got a couple other names. Respectfully, I mean that.
Boogie, would you say this?
Because the dude number 8 from Baltimore, 2-time MVP. The other guy I'm taking, 3-time Super Bowl champion, 2-time Super Bowl MVP. Like, what are we talking about? These are, yeah.
So tell me this.
And when he just walked in, he walked himself into that conversation because he got the hardware. Yeah, that's what I do. You see that? Like, I'm getting, yeah.
Tell me if you agree with me on this. Both of you guys, because T, I know you a Niner like me, and Boogie, I know you were a Niner, but are a Giant, but still rock with us Niners.
Thanks.
A lot of people were saying that Purdy is better than Hurts.
No.
My thing was
What?
No, listen. No, listen, y'all listen. And it's a trigger alert. I'm sorry. Trigger alert.
Yo,
here's my thing. Look. Here's my thing.
He was right there. I think T got out there before me, but we was neck and neck. What? No, like, all right, my bad. We apologize. Go ahead.
The reason that they said it because they both process well. They both can run well. The difference that I will always stand on, and the reason why I say Brock doesn't deserve all of that money. Remember how the talks changed every week when these quarterbacks were dismissed? Oh, well, Brock Purdy should be making this because this quarterback got eliminated. Brock went all the way to the Super Bowl. This guy got eliminated. Brock went all the way to the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts last year, when they didn't make it to the Super Bowl, they were saying Brock was better all the way around. When Jalen Hurts, number 1 overall, can throw the ball down the field. Do y'all remember the dagger? Over the top. Tell me when Brock Purdy could ever make that pass. Even if you give him $70 million, when? I'm done with it because that's what I was saying on my comparison, because y'all seen and y'all heard where I'm coming from with it. And that was what they were saying. Remember last year what the Eagles did after they started losing and stuff like that? They blamed Sirianni. They blamed everybody that they could possibly point their finger at. But when the one thing I didn't agree with, and even still, when they say Brock Purdy's processing allows him to make 55-60 when you don't have an arm. And when you can't throw it in the rain makes it worse.
Exactly.
When you're rocking with Jalen Hurts, you got 2 running backs on the field at all times. And you got a quarterback that can still throw it over the top, in the middle, in between. But at the half, this man was 13 for 17. I told y'all. I came. I was ready. He was 13 for 17 for all of it. And everybody, where are y'all at with that comparison? And they had him in that. I would raise Jalen from the tier right here where I'm at with Brock up there with y'all with the Allens and with the Lamars because he did it right.
Go ahead, Boogie.
Look, T, I just want to say one thing before I let you get into your take, because I know it's about to be good. Listen, hold up, Pete. You said that Brock Purdy could run as good as Jalen? Did you say that? I thought I heard that.
If so, let me verify. It's not he could run as good. His 10-yard split.
Okay. Go ahead, T. Go ahead. Any running conversation, Brock Purdy ain't he's not even close.
Not close. His 10-yard split. His
10-yard split. 5 yards, 3 yards.
No. No, listen. His 10-yard split is better.
That's what
than all of the top. Than all of the top. All of the elites. But
I will give you this. He learned this year that his legs are actually, he can use his legs.
He can utilize them. I see it.
His ability to burst out of the pocket and read and get there, yes, he can use them. However, for people to sit there and say he's better than Jalen, I'm a 49er, red and gold, ride or die. I don't care. However, he is no. I would put Kaepernick in the same field as Jalen before I put Hurts in the same field, because Cap had an arm. Cap could throw in any type of weather.
Great comparison, actually. Great comparison.
Good, but Brock cannot throw in the rain. If anybody goes back to that NFC, was it the NFC Championship game when we played or was it the divisional game when we played Green Bay? It was the defense and Brock actually figuring out how to use his legs. That actually helped us win that game, because when it was in the rain and he was struggling to sit there and throw that ball, he had to take off the glove. Then he had to try to use the glove. It was too many different variables, and he could not get a grip. So until you can throw that ball in all types of weather and not get under pressure, if you really want to think about it, even Josh Allen is better than Brock in a sense, because Josh plays in that.
It's not in a sense. Josh is better than him in all categories.
No, but I'm saying if they were to try and sit there and go, oh well, when it comes down to throwing and running, Josh has it. Yeah. Brock is good. Can Brock get better? Of course. It's only his third year in the league. And the man got thrown in the beginning, in the middle of chaos. Mm-hmm. So can he get better with decent coaching? Yes. But to sit there and say put him and Jalen in the same bracket,
Jalen on another tier.
I'm not doing it. I'm not no. And I'm not saying that because people go, well, you just saying that because he's a black quarterback. No, I'm saying that because Jalen is good. The one thing Jalen said in his press conference, if anybody listened to him, Jalen was that kid that had to go through adversity. Jalen was that kid who was winning, got benched, got transferred, had to win, come into the league, had all this pressure on the back, saying he couldn't do this, he couldn't do that. Like the Nike commercial said, y'all said y'all hated him when he could do this. Y'all hated and said he couldn't do that. Then y'all hate when y'all wrong. And he got that. He as a little kid asked him in the press conference, "You gonna get your lick back?" He got his lick back because he showed everybody I can run the ball. I can handle the pressure. So Jalen can handle those pressures. Brock cannot. You would never. Those two would never be in the same tier as far as their ability to quarterback their team.
If he can prove it.
If he can prove it. I'm a 49er. I'm a 49er all the way to the end, but I'm also a realist, and I'm not gonna sit here and say and have the blinders on and be delusional like, oh, my team can't. No, we got a lot of things, and we got a lot of things to do.
I like that.
So shout out to the Philly Bulldogs because he's a Georgia fan. He's a Georgia.
No, for real. I like that. That's exactly what they did. Right. I'm glad. See, I'll be watching. But
He
hey,
also hold on. He also said, and Patrick threw it right to him. Yes, he did.
He sure did.
Gift wrapped for his birthday.
That one and the one he threw in the
he said
that and the one
Tua won that national title, but I digress.
That one and the one he threw the third quarter that old boy picked up.
I want to respond. I want to respond to that. Joseph, you're right. Tua did win that national championship, but the same situation happened the very next year. Tua got hurt. They was playing Georgia, and Jalen Hurts led them to win that SEC championship. Factual. But all right.
Hold on. Let me get the rest of these out for Joseph. He said, no, Purdy is an okay QB, but he's a system QB, and SF system works for him. That's true. And off of that, before I go to his last, I'm going to ask y'all a quick question. Jalen Hurts and the 49ers, Brock Purdy and the Eagles, who would thrive more?
Jalen.
I think Jalen.
All right. We in agreement on that. That's where I know the difference in quarterback and why I would raise Brock from here. I mean, Jalen from here to in that tier with Brock to up there where y'all at, top tier. Last one for him that he got. We got you. He said Purdy's great at escaping the pocket when needed, but he can't run better than Hurts. No, he can't. Not in the long run. He cannot. Escaping the pocket, like I said, and getting that 10-yard split. He is the master at that because he's not scared to tuck it and go. Remember, we saw Mahomes stretching and all of that with the ball yesterday. We saw Hurts running.
He held the ball too long. But he held the ball too long.
When Brock Bell, he knows I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. He don't play that. You know what I mean? He don't play that. When he's out of here. He ain't thinking about nothing else. I'm going to the first or I'm going to the touchdown, but this ain't it in this pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you on that right there, Joseph. You did your thing on there. Go ahead, Boogie. Or T.
No, it's Boogie.
Yo, listen. Hey, Joseph, shout out to you, man, because we definitely appreciate the comments, man. But hey, listen, that's why I asked that question though, Joe. I was like, Purdy can extend the play. Like,
hold on real quick, Boogie. We got 3 people watching, man. If y'all ain't doing nothing, unless you got your meat in your hand, hit that fucking like button, man. Get that algorithm up for us, man. You're watching it. You're not doing nothing else. Even if you don't tune into the chat, hit that like button for us, man. It's 3 of us in here. It's 3 of y'all watching. Hit a like. If you don't like me, hit it for T. If you don't like it for T, hit it for Boogie. Ain't no way you don't like all of us and you in here still watching. Hit that like button for us. Go ahead. I appreciate y'all too. I appreciate the love. They did it. Let's go, Bucks.
Nah. So like, hold on. I got sidetracked on my little thought.
I'm sorry.
So we were I wanted to just
Purdy in the pocket in the burst.
Yeah, Purdy is one of those guys he can extend the play. So he got wheels in that sense. Like Jalen when you see Jalen run, it's so effortless, man. Like for real, like that dude runs and he just makes the right play when he runs. Like he's not really taking hits like that. All right, I'm gonna spin the ball over here, first down. Like he knows, he's very cognizant of when he runs and what to do with the run. Yes, but we were just talking about what was the point? I'm sorry because I lost that. I wanted
comparing him to Jalen. Basically comparing him to Jalen.
Okay, yeah. So now, like first of all, like Jalen is a stud, man. Like, look, I love Brock Purdy for San Fran. I think it's literally just that marriage is made like that. Like, I don't think if you take Purdy any other way for the show, like he about to get the bag. The biggest bag he gonna get is whatever San Fran gonna offer him. I think if he tries to play like poke his chest out, bro, you gonna find out because guess what? Lamar Jackson, a 2-time MVP, when he was trying to get his bag, Oh, okay, all right. And you not no Lamar Jackson.
You be playing in Canada somewhere, man.
Yeah, so like I think the system fits him, man. Whereas like I was saying earlier, man, like Jalen is a winner. Like Jalen is a winner. So like he can adapt to any style. He can adapt to any style. Purdy, if you take him off of San Fran, and I don't discount what he's been able to do in San Fran, but we didn't see enough of Purdy too. I think we maxed like for y'all San Fran fans, and that's what I'm here for because I watch a lot of football, and I look at it just on some unbiased. I'm just looking at it just like because I love football. I love it, and I'm really about to be like looking like Pookie, like yo, son, what they got to watch? They ain't got no, you got football in there,
bro. We got a whole year to review.
That's how I'm about to be feeling right now. Like, don't get it twisted. They got the spring league, and I try to look at that because I know they got some NFL players over there and everything like that. Like, I give it a go, but it's not like I'm locked in. Whereas when I'm watching college or when I'm watching, you know what I'm saying, the NFL, like when that time come around, that time's so different because you really got all the sports. Really, it's like, all right, we're gonna give you college. We're going to give you NFL, then, you know what I'm saying, basketball, like, right there, baseball, right there, you know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, that's when I get most locked in as far as with my sports watching. But, yeah, like, Purdy is just in a, pretty good system right now. If you put Purdy on any other team, at the least, Purdy, you're a good backup. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say this. Off of that, if you put him on the Green Bay Packers or Mahomes wasn't in the Chiefs, he would thrive because they coach up their quarterbacks.
I agree. That's very well put.
You know what I mean? Any other team, you're 100% right. But with
Minnesota, I put Minnesota too.
Yeah,
Minnesota.
Yeah,
you gotta put him in something very nice because if you in the Minnesota thing, bro, you in the Minnesota thing, bro. I can put you at quarterback, yo. Hey,
so ain't that the same as him also with Rams and Detroit?
Detroit, yes. Rams, I don't know yet. Rams, I don't know yet.
I think McVay could get him right. I think McVay could get him right because you know what I
mean. I agree.
He's a system.
It's the coaches out there, not the pieces. It's the coaches, and we talking about Brock. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this though.
I agree. I like that, Pete.
But here's the thing, and the money we talking about with him, none of them need him.
No, they don't.
Every other team.
So if you come over here, you taking a discount. You want 60. You want 60. You get 30.
No, nah. You ain't getting that for no backup quarterback.
No.
All those other teams we named, they got their starting quarterback.
I know.
Will be where he thrive. Go ahead, Boogie. I'm sorry.
No, I'm playing devil advocate with you. I'm like, all right, if we put him into that system. So hypothetically, if you take on Brock Purdy, right, you're gonna have to give up your quarterback. So I'm just like, yo, bro, we bring you in, and you gotta make it attractive to me. Because most of the people you said, they already locked in for a big contract. So if you if you tell me, guess what? All right, if I'm looking at it and you want to really entice me, you gotta take some money off the top. Most of these guys that's already in place, $40 and $50 million quarterback. So if you come in and be like, all right, a little hot 30.
Hold on, Boogie. I just got us another message from the group chat. I want to read this out for you and T. Hold on, let me pull it up. It said, we thank you, Coach. You've been one of the best coaches my son had ever played for. This was the best team I've ever watched him play on. I'm so proud of all the boys and can't wait to celebrate with you guys Saturday.
Oh, that's so awesome! Congrats,
Yeah, man. Like I
guys!
said, they get mad at the methods, but they understand coaching.
At
And
the
I'm
end of the day,
direct
it's
with
a
the boys.
process.
I'm direct with those guys, and where
Nah,
we are with this, and I only stopped that for that because that was a message that you got to understand. Your coach is going to be best with you if you have that coach. If Brock has that, he can do it, but he and his agent have to understand you're not what's winning these games. Because if we give you 60 million, you got nothing to throw it to. And look what you did this season with
Exactly.
nothing.
And here's the thing about that. When you think about it, if he were to try and boast up and put his chest out like there, look what happened to Garoppolo when Garoppolo tried that.
What they tried to give him, 200 million or something
When
like that?
Garoppolo tried that, and he went out to what, Vegas, and ain't do jack crap diddly.
Nothing. Even remember what he told Kyle, your plays fucking suck.
So if
He
you're gonna
said
do
that.
either he's gonna have to come, they're gonna have to give him coaching or whatnot, or once his rookie,
well, hold on,
rookie,
Jimmy G. Go ahead. I'm sorry, T. Sorry to
once
interrupt.
he
Go ahead.
gets his rookie contract up, I don't see him unless there's some vast improvement over the offseason. I don't see them once his rookie contract is up being a QB1 starter. I can see him though being a decent QB2.
Perfect.
But it's also going to take the right team. No matter where he lands, it's going to have to be the team that, like P said, where the coaches can coach him up, and there's a system that he can play behind. He can't be in a freestanding where it's like, okay, you got to read the defense and kind of be able to call the play on the fly. He's going to need to be able to do that, but that can't be the sole focus. He can't be the one that says, hey, you can't put all your trust in him and run. You're going to have a system, and it's going to have to be a cohesive effort between the QB coach, the head coach, and the offensive coordinator so that he can play in that. But that's
that's why I'm happy they hired their new offensive coordinator, which Kyle Shanahan never did because he's the play caller. But they hired and got a guy for that right now. Hopefully, he's quarterback friendly and is doing nothing but talking to Brock. Brock, you had a good day tonight? Man, you need something to go to sleep? We need you to do whatever Brock needs because we all agree. My thing is, I don't see Brock as a backup quarterback. I don't, unless it's complete trash. I think he can play it. I don't think he can throw it. But if Kyle is smart and open up his packages all year, this is what messed up Trey Lance running in between tackles when you got all of these special packages and all of these players. Brother, what the fuck are you doing with your players? Remember what happened to RG3?
Mm-hmm. And I think he came back too early. That's what messed up his career, honestly.
Who was his coach? No, T. Who was his coach?
I think it was Mike, wasn't it?
It was Shetty. Same as his dad.
Yeah.
You got to have more respect for your quarterback. Remember them? They're running back coaches.
That's true.
We're going to run the ball. And in times, you throw it to Debo 11 times in the Super Bowl and go away from running it. Okay. I'm done. I'm finished with that. Debo. Seen in the Super Bowl.
What Boogie got to say? Hold on. What you got to say, Boogie? Hold on. Wait.
Yeah. I mean, I know I see you wanted to speed past that a little bit, man. And I see you keep trying to put it on Brock Purdy.
No,
I mean not Brock Purdy. Not Brock. Hold on, excuse me. Not Brock Purdy, but Shanahan. And listen, I get your frustration as far as being a fan, but we got to hold people accountable too. We got to hold people accountable. Hold up, we got to hold people accountable because this year doesn't fall all the way on Brock Purdy.
It was a team effort.
Okay, thank you.
It was a team.
I mean, it started with number 11. He wanted #1 receiver money. You don't show up on time. Like, that's the thing.
It didn't start with him. It started with it started before him. It started with
no, Trent. I ain't gonna. I'm about to get all into it. Big Trent.
You said
what you know what I'm saying?
No, it didn't start with Trent. It started with McCaffrey, and they signed him with 2 bad calves free.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
you got an extension, and you was trash when they extended.
No, CMC gave y'all return on your investment.
No. You said he would have. Listen, Boogie. You said he would have, right? You said he would have, right?
He already paid y'all.
Now that's true. But guess what? Why he wanted to renegotiate his contract? Because he had no more guaranteed money. You played and you got what you were paid to do. Now you wanted more because nothing's guaranteed, but this is the NFL. This ain't the NBA.
I get it, NBA. But this all stems down to.
Go ahead.
This all only point that I wanted to make sure that we touched on. It's not all Brock Purdy's fault. That's what that's important that we need to say that.
Yeah.
Now that I'm absolving, you know what I'm saying, Brock Purdy of his play, because guess what? Your play drives your pay. Your play drives your pay. But you gotta realize, like, yo, all right, we listen, all of what was going on in San Fran this year was some internal stuff. And I'm not going to sit here and call out everybody because, you know, everybody can hold a little piece of that thing called blame and accountability. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all getting paid, then you want to come back and I need more money. You know what I'm saying? Like, Trent, you know what I'm saying? And don't get it, as great as Trent is, it's like, Trent, we just gave you a bag. You already back at the table?
No guaranteed money.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, damn, you been here for a minute. The Trey Lance thing is a crazy take because Trey Lance, he shouldn't have never been drafted that high. If you got Trey Lance where you got Brock Purdy at, then you can be like, all right, you wouldn't be tripping like that. You wouldn't be tripping. But for your organization to fumble that and jump up to go get Trey Lance off of 4 games of tape.
No, it was more than that.
You got 4 games of tape.
No, it was more than that. It was more than that. It was more than that.
Man, you got 4 games of tape from North Dakota State.
Either way,
it was more games than that from North Dakota.
Either way, it still wasn't. Shout out to North Dakota State. When football season coming back around, I need y'all to watch North Dakota State. I need y'all to watch number 18, J. Keith Alexander. That is my friend's son. I've been watching that.
J. Keith Alexander. We're gonna watch
and we're gonna try to get him on the show too.
Yeah, we're gonna watch him. But I just had to say that.
Boogie, I'm with you on it.
Y'all watch y'all. I need y'all to watch North Dakota State and
the thing about it is I don't discount North Dakota State because Carson Wentz came from there. Carson Wentz was once a MVP type of caliber guy in the NFL. And that's not easy to do. That's not easy to do. You know, only reason I said North Dakota State, and no disrespect to their program because that is a real program. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but it was 4 games because they had COVID and all that. And it's like, it's just hard for me. It's hard for me to make a decision, you know what I'm saying, in anything for 4 minutes, 4 hours. You went like, yo, just make a decision right now.
He went what, 3?
4 games.
No, I'm saying he went what, number 3? Yeah.
He was top 5. I don't remember off the top of the head too right now. But still, definitely top 5. Y'all jumped up to get him.
We did. Because we need, you know what it was? It was desperation because they needed a quarterback.
Before we go too far.
And the Jimmy G situation was, guess what? Jimmy didn't do bad at San Fran, but we do got to hold Jimmy accountable. You threw that pass to Emmanuel Sanders.
Off of that.
In the Super Bowl.
Look, off of that, you were saying about Brock Purdy, it's internal. Internal versus interception. I don't care what the problem was, and you were saying how we can't just put it on whether it was Shanahan or whatever, but internal ain't on the field. He
Yeah.
he
Mhm.
regressed as far as
He
his
sure did.
number one thing we talk about with him, and that's his processing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
When
I
the
told
best,
look, Pete,
no, I'm just saying, when the best thing that you have is the worst thing that you had, and you don't have arm strength, that's why I was talking about the Trey Lance, because even if you regress, what you didn't, you got hurt, and you always had a stronger arm. You even took the off season and took your money and changed the way that you threw the football. And what your coach do? Wait, what did your coach do? Not even give you the same playbook and run you between tackles?
Yeah.
but Pete,
Wait.
hold
When
on,
have we
Pete.
ever? When have we ever seen?
I get any rebuttal?
I wasn't finished. When we ever
All
seen
right.
Brock Purdy run through any tackles? Period. That's the
But
end of it.
Brock not the same athlete as a Trey Lance. And I don't know.
It don't matter
I
what
still
athlete.
hold
If
on.
that's
Listen,
your quarterback,
hold on. No. Hold on, Pete. I'm about to give you some more. Look, Brock's not the same quarterback as a Trey Lance. Trey Lance is a lot more athletically gifted. But still, I would not run my quarterback up the middle unless it's a design running play. So I understand what you're saying right there. And I what I think happened to Brock Purdy is the standards were set too high off the break. Brock got he literally, when he was drafted at, you didn't expect to drop Brock off into the situation and then go that smooth. You dropped Brock off, it went great. You went to the Super Bowl, you went to the NFC Championship, you went to the Super Bowl.
mm-hmm. Brock
So
Purdy's standards.
of course, guess what? Brock's still a kid. Of course, he's going to have aggression because he doesn't have those same weapons available. When you first dropped him into the situation, everything was available. Pro Bowl tight end. Hold on, Pete.
I'm asking you. Yeah, I'm asking you what? Don't do that. I'm asking you
I'm
what?
listening. I want to hear it, bro. I can't. We can't. If we talking at the same time, I can't hear you.
I'm asking you what was available, what wasn't available. The only thing that wasn't available was what?
First of all, your top 5 in the league running back that started early in the season. The best connection that he developed since Brock Purdy's been quarterback is Brandon Ayuk. Has Brandon not turned into the guy that you thought Brandon could be once Brock got into the?
No, because this year he was trash, going for the money. You can lean back and be mad at me on pushing back on that.
I agree on that
I'm
part.
exactly 100%
I'm
right.
talking about. I'm talking about prior.
Every year
I'm talking about prior. No, I'm talking about prior to the season. Prior to the season, he opened up the Ayuk option. We already felt like
Ayuk got better every
could be
year.
good.
Ayuk went from 7 to 9 to 1,000 every time.
All right.
He did do it. And I argued.
13, right? 13
I started the hater debate show off of they needed to sign Ayuk and Trent Williams. That's what the hater debate show started from. So yes, I'm 100% with you. So let's go with the rest of the guys.
So hold up. You didn't have that top 5 running back to start the season. Mm-hmm. You didn't have his best connection that he had. The person that he has a more organic connection with is Ayuk. You know what I'm saying?
Now
Debo and Kittle was in and out. Not including your defensive piece.
You skipped a little bit. You skipped a little bit. What you say on Debo? You skipped.
I said Debo and Kittle was in and out. They was in and out. Yeah.
Well, check this out. Debo played 15 games, so I don't consider that as in and out. T, you can say yes. You're a San Francisco 49er. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold up. Stop. Y'all
Go ahead,
agreeing?
let
That's
her
why you're
talk.
trying to push back. You played 15 fucking games. No, you wasn't in and out. Kittle, you played 14 games. No, you weren't in and out. Stop the bullshit. You had your weapons and you chose to go gunslinger. Like I said, you went away and you regressed mentally. You had the best wide receiver of everybody that was a 4.7 speed, who was Brandon Jennings, who could catch anything. And you got him hurt by throwing it in areas where he had to stretch, because you know he's going to catch it. It doesn't matter where. You put your players in these positions because you're regression and not throwing it to them in these open windows. We can argue all day on the intangibles of who wasn't there, who was, when they were there. Even Ayuk, wide open. Why didn't he pass it? Remember, we have it on the show. That's why I said Friday. That's all of our sins being blessed, because I'm bringing up all of the takes on everything so we can talk about our takes and what really happened. This situation with Brock Purdy, it wasn't the weapons. It was your decision making. Everything was in place without having Christian McCaffrey, Shaboogie. You had J.P. Mason, who was the head of the running backs. And T, you're agreeing with Boogie, but you're a 49er like me, and you forgot because you want to agree instead of understand what we had. No, stop. Football is the next man up, not what we had. How do I say goodbye? That ain't what the fuck the NFL about. It's about step up and play ball. Let's go.
At the end of the day, what it is Brock is not up. He was not up to
No, that's what I said first before breezing past it. We're not glazing over that.
I'm not
address it. Address it.
Pete, be respectful. She said, listen. She listened to your whole soliloquy,
and she went and glazed past it.
I did not. If you let me finish, let the lady
exactly. You gonna open the door for the lady and then tell her to hurry up?
I just need one thing.
Okay, man. Excuse me, T. Go ahead, T.
When I say
all right, man, we done. We heard it. We heard it already.
Well, let me get a
go
cook.
ahead.
Well,
you already done cooking. This shit is overcooked. This shit is overcooked. This shit overcooked.
All I heard was hate. All I heard was hate.
That man overcooking it. You burning it now. He burning it.
Ladies and gentlemen, is why it's called hate or debate, because we're gonna hate or we're gonna debate it. At the end of the day, what we all, you are correct in yours. You are correct in your assessment.
Address
what I'm saying is,
no, we're not going back to that. That's why I stopped. I need you to address like I addressed yours. We're not going to other ones. That's moving the goalposts to make y'all topics better. We're not doing that. We're going on topic. I'm talking about how he had the weapons and he
had the weapons. Yes. Did he utilize the weapons? No. You had Jawan Jennings. Yes. Who had to stretch his body in certain situations. They call him third and Jawan for a reason. And they were utilizing him too much because we should not have had to use that many third downs because he was not utilizing the weapons as he had them. You're right. He did regress in some of his decision-making skills. But at the same time, in those decision-making skills, that's coaching too. That's coaching. That's player availability. And when your players are not at 100%, when they're not at 100%, I don't care how much you throw, run, pass, whatnot, you still ain't going to get the same production out of them.
That's a goddamn lie. I don't care who is on that field. If you're talking about the coaching,
you didn't rebuttal everything?
No,
you didn't rebuttal everything?
Bro, that was cheap. Come on now.
Man, listen. First of all, listen. Pete, I'm about to give it to you a honey bun, man. I'm going to wrap you up, man.
All right.
Pete.
Y'all mad? I'm
Ain't
conquering.
nobody mad about nothing. You just cause you yelling and all loud, man, doesn't make sure you ain't scared nobody. You see me and T, we sitting down here listening, and you ain't really saying, you doing a whole lot of yelling and shouting and all this and all that. You ain't even getting no points across.
That's because you're arguing with me instead of.
All right, well, let the young lady cook. She trying to tell you, she trying to rebuttal to that hot garbage you talking about over there. Hold on.
Now, everybody that's watching, I want y'all to understand how my take that took out what they were saying together broke that, and now it's hot garbage. I've never called anybody on the 178 episodes. I've never called nobody's take garbage when they were right. But
I didn't say anything. I didn't say
you didn't. You didn't. And
I'm just messing with you, man.
I'm not attacking you. And you didn't say that. But this is what happens when you agree and you're trying to scroll and glaze instead of going off of what the
She's trying to respond to you, Pete. You're not giving her a chance. You're not giving her a chance, Pete.
I will agree. I will agree to disagree. But your take, I can accept your take. I can accept your take because there's valid points in that take. There's valid points in that take.
I'm gonna let y'all go, and after y'all finish, I'm gonna ask y'all the valid points in my take because I know y'all don't remember them. Even if it was
valid points on take is he had the weapons, that he did regress in his decision making. Because he's right. That he did not utilize the weapons as he had. That the reason being he is not QB1. It is on everybody. It is on, you said we can't put it all on Shanahan. No, you cannot put it all on Shanahan. But at the same time, you have to hold Brock accountable too. So everybody has to nobody is devoid from blame in this game because it was a team dysfunction.
So
but
go ahead.
But at the end of the day, we was at home just like everybody else. And we have to look at when I say we, the 49ers have to assess what I'm moving the goalposts.
No.
I'm good. I didn't say nothing. You could have kept
Go ahead and finish, Steve.
At the end of the day, all three of us, our team was at home.
Especially me. Especially me.
But
especially me.
We need to move past that because what we need to talk about, for real, what we need to talk about is this Luka. This Laker trade, this Luka.
I'm gonna get into that as soon as we finish this right here. And the only reason it lasted so long is that the argument that y'all had was against what I was saying because y'all were together and going against my words. But the things that I was saying was exactly what was happening. It wasn't my feelings, Boogie, like you said. It had nothing to do with feelings. It had to do with the game that I was watching, and all year I told you, and you said, "Nah, don't worry. They're gonna be all right. They're gonna pull it together." It never pulled together. It pulled apart. Worse, yarn. That shit was yarn all year. Where's the end of this? I can't see it.
Listen, Pete, I understand that part because I totally get it. And what I'm undressing about your take, and this is why I said it was hot garbage. Not that, you know what I'm saying, you did have some very, very valid points in it. All I'm trying to do is, and this is what me and T was saying collectively, is that everybody shares in the blame. That's it. Like, Shanahan's not absolved, Purdy's not absolved, Lynch is not absolved. All the players are it's an equal opportunity. All I'm saying is I'm the equal opportunity employee.
And I agree with that.
Because listen, I understand the next man up mentality, but the thing about it is, just like, all right, perfect example. Just like in our coaching, right? We coach in our league, right? You got your starters, and yeah, you got another man that you can put in there, but you can't promise the same results. You feel me? So, like, all right, listen, and that's what I love about Third and Jennings. I like that because Third and Jennings is probably the most consistent out of those. You know what I'm saying? As far as like availability, he shows up.
He was leading the league in
Bro,
receptions.
that man in the Super Bowl,
He
man, that man
was leading the receiving.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So he shows up. So and you know, I value guys like that. But he's not even asking for no paper. So if I like for me, like I didn't manage, I've been a manager. Like I've been a manager, I've been a general manager. Like yo, so like it's different. Like yo, if you got a guy, do you want the guy that got all the talent and he shows up late? Or do you want the hard-working guy that comes 30 minutes early and is super coachable?
Shit, give me
Which
Cam.
guy you gonna go with?
Give me Cam.
All right. So that's what I'm saying. So like, you know, like that's the only thing I was trying to say. The only reason I call it how it goes is because
what?
Like,
You heard me? Is what? If the only thing you was trying to say is what?
Yeah,
Because you
like
called my take
I'm talking about
hot dog, so I
everybody.
want to hear what you trying to say.
Everybody deserves a piece of the accountability in the situation. Do I like and I already said this on I said this on our podcast, bro. That yo, do I think that San Fran should blow the bag on Brock Purdy? No. Heck no. Like yo, I agree. I told you, I've also been on the record with you, and I said, listen, this might be a time for Kyle Shanahan to have a new start. Take a year off, come back to coaching. I was on board with you, and I've been the guy that said, yo, if we would have got Robert Saleh as your coach,
if that's
as the head coach.
Pete, if that's the case, I got what Boogie said. If this case, with your tape, okay.
Nah, you can do the Macarena all you want.
No.
I'm doing that because I'm not cutting y'all off. Because if I cut y'all off, I'm gonna shut down what the fuck y'all talking about.
That's not what I'm doing.
We did not rebuttal or address anything that I debunked what y'all were saying.
I don't
because remember, it's one thing. Remember, it's one thing here. It's
what or debate.
I debated. You called my debate trash when it debunked everything that y'all were saying collectively, and that's hard to do. That's hard to do.
Can't wait to hear it. I'm gonna be watching it tomorrow.
I can't wait.
And I guarantee you,
we
miss each other's point.
I never said no. I never said on y'all's points they weren't relevant. They were just ill-timed. They didn't have anything to do with what we were talking about. That's why the conversation went on, and then that was added instead of right after. Like when y'all were going, and I wrote it down, those points that I interject after, and after I said that, it tried to move a little bit further after that. That doesn't clear you of those. That's why I kept going back, which added your take is trash because you can't debunk it. And that is what Kevin Samuel says. Sign language, shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. I didn't do that, and I won't do it. Here to bring you the facts, data, and statistics. That's all I was doing.
Hold up. I never heard that before.
It's the truth. When you're losing an argument, you have to shame, insult, bring guilt, and the need to be right. Sign language. I never called anyone out. I just said and stood on it. I even was quiet and I did this when I saw y'all moving because I know those moves. When I did that, what happened? Oh, the hands.
Pete, said is a light word. Said is a light word, sir. you were combative and you were over talking. So I don't know Kevin Samuels' little give or take, but I think yours falls in that same thing. So hey, what's good? Hey,
it's a difference in over talking and redirecting things and pulling them back into what we're talking about. I didn't
all right,
change it and do this.
that's
Remember,
right. You're right.
when I'm
I
doing
agree
this,
with that.
that's moving the goalposts. And when
All
that's
right.
being recognized by y'all, then I'll speak. But otherwise, that I did that while y'all was doing y'all take because I recognized what y'all was saying, and
It
everybody
took us
that
a while to get to our take, though. It took us a while to get to our take, Pete.
nah, because we'll be able to
Maybe
We
watch.
all
gonna
debate.
agree.
You can't
We're
be
going
over talking or debate. It doesn't
we're
work
going
How
like
is
that.
to
this?
agree.
How is
You gotta
this
say
over
something,
talking?
then ask somebody to
How is that
rebuttal.
over talking?
If
That's letting
you
you.
unload
That's
15
letting y'all.
rebuttals,
We're going to agree to disagree because we are never going to come to the end of this.
No, we
yeah, let's
will.
go.
And we
High
may have
five, everybody.
We
High
will
five,
come.
everybody.
We will come to the.
we may have
We're
to
not.
debate this one. We may have to debate this one
There's no need in doing that because y'all won't stand
in
up
the
and debate.
conversation.
Y'all will goalpost move.
Well,
That's why I tried to stand on it, and that's what I always do. Y'all can
well,
hate me. I'm happy
and that's
with
what
it.
I'm saying.
Hate you. Don't
And
nobody
that's the
hate
thing.
you.
No. That's the thing. You said that's what I'm saying. No, that's not what you said at all. You said agree to disagree. It's not agree on a disagreement. I want to be debunked because we're debating. If you don't debate, look, if you don't have a debunk on the follow, that means you lost the debate.
That's what I was getting ready to say because I was when if we're gonna.
I'm not a getting ready to say type person. I'm direct.
I don't. I have my take on it. I have my take on what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not that is enough to debunk what your take is, I'm gonna have to go back and kind of rewatch and re-listen.
And there was two of you guys too.
I made it and I will admit if I'm wrong. If I will go back and re-listen, I may not be able to debunk what you said. That's why I said no matter what, we're gonna all have to go back and listen because
I won't because I have a pen and paper and I wrote down.
I'm gonna have to go back and re-listen then. Boogie's gonna have to go back
I
and
want
re-listen.
y'all. Listen, I want y'all to. You two, I want you two to. I'm not saying go back because when we were talking and y'all were talking and I was letting y'all go, my rebuttals I wrote down so I can rebuttal on what I'm standing on. Y'all don't have no stand on things. Y'all have togetherness. And together y'all lost. It's okay.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I don't
That's not
mind
an
being
agree
wrong.
to disagree. That's a win. A win's a win's a win. Hey, Boogie, look.
Being wrong.
Allegedly. Allegedly. Don't, yo, T, don't sign like I ain't like, yo, I didn't see, like, I'm from New York. They do the 3-card Molly. Man, them boys say, how you believe it? That's no.
And I'm mama, and I know when to concede and keep going. Because sometimes
hey, that man, look, he's still shuffling cards on you, T. Go ahead, pick one. Look, he showed you the queen. He showed you the queen.
I picked everybody that's watching, y'all see it. Now, everybody that's watching, see, now I'm shuffling. How?
I didn't see you shuffling. That was Boogie.
Hey, I seen him. You see how he just keep up? Nah. Hey, GTFOH. GTFOH. I ain't gonna say it on here. But I see that. Hey, sir, that Connecticut came out you. The Connecticut was always like, yo, he had you talking like, yo, nah.
Man. Constitution, we want what's right. We want what's right.
To get to this. We
don't want that hood shit. We don't want that hood shit. We want what's right.
Hold on.
White, Latino, Chinese, all y'all. We want the right thing out here.
We got to get to this because this has been.
Yeah, let's go. All right, can we proceed or we still here?
Can we, Pete?
I love y'all condescending tones. And I appreciate the loss.
I was asking a question.
Now we can go ahead and segue on over to.
So I just have a question.
Some trains got rescinded and some things happened.
Yes. Like, please, can we talk about this?
I love y'all. I love y'all,
Hey,
man.
man, good for us, man. Good for us, man. Let's go, man.
We're a team out here. I love y'all, man. I love y'all.
Facts.
We got
Well, let's go ahead
to
and move
talk
on.
about these trades because, like I said before, I remember I said, the way this trade was done, cloak and dagger, there was something else, there was something behind the curtain because you can't tell me, because remember I said, those physicals have to be cleared.
Wait, what trade are we talking about first? Before you go,
the overall trades.
Yeah,
remember,
wait,
Luka and AD.
Wait. You're going too far.
Okay,
remember,
so let me stop.
Rescinded.
Luka. Okay, the reason I'm saying this, let's start with the Luka AD trade. Remember how it was done, cloak and dagger. Hold on, I'm getting to where I'm getting to where I know we're going.
The first thing I said was the rescinded trade.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's not what you're saying. Went to the Luka, theirs weren't rescinded. There was one trade rescinded.
There was rescinded. The Dalton Connect trade was rescinded. Yes. That trade was rescinded based off of a physical.
And whose physical? Who failed the physical?
The physical was failed on the I can't think of the Hornets.
Mark Williams.
Yeah.
Mark Williams. His physical was because it was rescinded due to his physical. That's what I'm saying. Which makes me wonder. And that's what I'm confused at, which makes me wonder if that trade was rescinded based off the physical.
We got to stay there because you're going to Anthony Davis, and we're not talking about that yet. That's
okay. Talking
about the rescinded trade. I love the buildup. I love it. But you're going to go to the next topic. You're not getting out of here.
Okay.
Look, you're not doing it.
I won't go so fast. So we'll start with the rescinded trade then.
We're doing to get your Mark Williams ass hurt up.
So, here's my question. What do the Lakers do now then? If you rescinded the trade, where does Dalton now fit into the system?
He fits where he was, but the thing is, how you going to say we believe in you when we try to trade you? And it also goes to the big that I was talking about. Now they're going to be on that phone with Dwight. There's ain't no more lob centers out there ready. And we all know athletically, period, if JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard weren't on the Lakers when they won that bubble ring, there wouldn't be no ring in LA for that year.
True.
I'm quiet.
That's true. So, as a Laker fan, how do you feel about that trade being rescinded?
I feel great about it because I gave the boy the name Often Connect. And I said when they made the trade for Luka, we didn't have no defense. And I'll even rewind it back when I said Dwight Howard is a free agent and willing to come here for damn near nothing. He's athletic. The man won a dunk contest dunking on a 12-foot rim. Dunking on a 10-foot rim ain't shit for him right now. And that's all his job is. Bring him back home.
What's your take, Book?
I love your enthusiasm. Listen.
See?
Dwight, no. Honestly, I might be okay with the Dwight coming back to LA. Is he the same athletic guy that he once was and was dunking on? He's not that. But what he could be is a serviceable guy that could come off the bench and, you know what I'm saying, give you some quality minutes. Go ahead, Pete.
I just want to ask you this.
Yeah.
Is he better than Mark Williams?
Right now?
Yes.
I got to go Mark now.
Wait. Look at Mark Williams' game and then go look at Dwight in the overseas league, which is less competition. Wait, let me finish. It's less competition. But look at what Dwight did his last years in the NBA. Like I said, the man still jumps out the gym. And the only reason we need an athletic center is because Luka liked to throw those lobs when he breaks down the defense and goes in. He's much better at Mark Williams at that position right there. Mark Williams, if you look at him on Charlotte and all of the highlights that he had, like I said, I wasn't really impressed in the highlights. I put that on the show. I wasn't impressed. They said he can jump. They said he can do all of those. If you saw those plain ass dunks, I've made way better dunks than that. And Boog, as somebody way shorter than him, you have too. And that's off of just a clean up, pick up, and put it back. Dwight Howard is better than that man. He's not younger than him. No, he's not. He doesn't have a ceiling that man has because we've seen him at peak. But right now, knowing what Dwight does, getting block shots, getting rebounds, and doing his only job, dunking or passing the ball, Mark Williams can't beat him at that right there. That's why that's why Dwight has a ring with him playing big, and Mark Williams has a recension on him playing big.
Well, listen, Pete, I get it. And you know what? I disagree politely with your take right now because where the White is playing at, if the White was still had that game, the White still be in the league.
It's not true.
And the Mark Williams thing, like I've seen the guy go off. He's doing exactly what we seen a young Dwight do in this league, like going to get 20 and 20s, get five, you know what I'm saying, blocks and this, that, and the third. I think, you know what I'm saying, like he's definitely been had the same athletic capability. I think he's a little bit longer than Dwight though. Like if I remember correctly, he's definitely longer than Dwight.
He's got the longest standing reach, and he's taller than Dwight. Dwight is 6'10",
yeah.
7 foot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That I'm just throwing out, you know what I'm saying, just my take as far as what I think. Like, so like I don't know what the health situation is because it's definitely something that they're really kind of they said it's been rescinded, but they really haven't told us a lot as far as the detailed information.
They said it's his legs. They said it's his legs. They did say that. It's his legs.
Okay. Well, yeah, you caught that. I didn't. But yeah. So right now, like even what the Lakers have been doing pretty well without even having Mark out there on the field. So it's not like they're not missing nothing. You add some more buckets to Witt, you know what I'm saying, off the connect. And like I said, like if you can possibly get the White for cheap on the salary tip, and it'd be good to have that guy, man, whether you have him coming off the bench or whether you have him mentor somebody like a Jackson Hayes. I like that. Like, you know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with it. I don't think what I know about the White, the thing about it is the White can still have be athletic at times, but he has some bad back issues. So it's like for somebody that been suffered with some back issues before, like you can feel great one day, and then the next day, like you can be like down and barely can get out the bed. You know what I mean? So,
that's true. That's true. And that was his first stint with the Lakers. That was his first stint with the Lakers. He hadn't had back problems in over 8 years. And with Mark Williams, what was AD's last game? His numbers as a Laker. Wasn't that like 38, 14, and
I thought it was 42 or something like that.
Right, and guess who he played against? Mark motherfucking Williams. Stop playing with me.
I mean, I get it, but you know what I mean? Like,
I know you get it, but this is what we're saying because you chose that man over. AD dropped that on you, and that's who's going to be the starting center versus a guy. Because I'm just saying this. If you look at his defense all year, he doesn't try. He's like a Chase Young for the Washington when he first came to San Francisco. You're going to jog out here. You're not going to try. And I've seen a lot of people on ESPN be like, well, maybe it's the team that you're on. I can agree with that and I can accept that. But when you're putting that against a guy that it doesn't matter where you are, what team you are, you're still going to ball out. I'll take that guy that's going to ball out. Just like what you said, a guy that's going to play early and not do nothing versus another guy, that is Mark versus Dwight. That is your point. I agreed with it.
Yeah. No. I mean, listen, Dwight ain't had no back issues because he ain't been playing strenuous NBA basketball like that. So, like 82,
That sounds like an excuse
games.
because when he did play,
All right,
the
bro,
last
you
thing
gonna
he
be.
did, he won a ring, right?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're like, yo, you're gonna be highly disappointed if you get Dwight Howard and think that he's still an
No, I don't.
NBA type guy. Like, I mean, it's good to have him come off the bench. And this new NBA,
I'd like to have him run off the bench. I'd like to have him come third string. It doesn't matter. My whole thing is just trading often connect and getting a center that is injured versus a guy that's coming for free and still runs like a gazelle. I don't know everything else, but I know in all of the games overseas, he runs both ends. He plays both ends. He dunks all the time for finishes. That's all I need him for. And in the NBA, with these soft ass bigs that they got that want to shoot threes, that's why Dwight will excel, because they're not going to try to get tangled up in those dunks. They're not going to try to get in the posters. They're going to move, because even though Dwight don't got those big shoulders, he still got those hops and those legs.
I'm just saying, like, in this new NBA, though, like, Dwight can't do nothing with no Giannis. He can't do nothing with no Jokic. He can't do nothing with no Embiid when he on the floor.
Mark Williams can't either. Mark Williams can't either.
I mean, allegedly, I seen the kid put up some numbers.
His numbers are up.
I seen the kid do some numbers. You know what I mean? Like, I seen him do some numbers over there in Charlotte. And I know they don't got a lot, but you know what I mean? Listen.
No.
If you just get like, hey, that boy come from a program. That boy come from, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he not to do his thing.
He came from Duke. Duke, the best thing that they got is
I
their
know.
guard.
That's what you see. I said it.
The last great center that they said came out of Duke was who? Kristen Leitner, and we talked about him on another previous show. The fuck out of here! They don't coach up centers. They coach him.
I get it. I'm just saying. I'm telling you that I've seen the kid. I've seen
with Magic and them on the All-Star team. He was what?
Bro, listen. You want Dwight Howard?
No.
Sign Dwight Howard. Sign Dwight Howard to 200 for 5 years. Yeah, that's what you should give him.
My take on Leitner is purely from a hate standpoint. It's purely a hate standpoint because I don't like.
Go ahead off of Leitner. Go out of Leitner and what you were talking about off of him.
I was saying
do that without blocking that.
No,
don't let Shot Boogie bogus your take. Go ahead.
No.
What is trash?
Say Leitner is like I say. My take on Leitner is purely from a hate standpoint because I've never been a Duke fan. So to me, Leitner is trash. The best thing he did was when he got that last second shot in the championship game where him and Grant was playing, and even then he got hated on. But again, like I said, my hate for Leitner is because I've never been a Duke fan. So that's just
I don't have hate for Leitner.
Not hate.
He never did nothing. That's the difference. I'm getting
National champ. The dream team. He was on the dream team too.
That's How many points he scored on the dream team? 0. Same thing that he did in the NBA. Get the fuck out of here. He tried to make it nice.
I can't even.
You're wrong. That don't work like that. He was trash. Boogie, me and you talked about that together.
I had to put some gasoline on it. I had to put some gasoline. That's what I do.
Mark Williams came from Duke, which is a great team. They don't coach up centers. They do
don't.
not coach up centers. We can say everything about Coach
I
K.
think no. Just to put a caveat on Mark, like Mark, no, they don't coach up centers over there in that program. But a lot of times is people leaving early, man. And sometimes like what we need to see from some of these kids,
They need to
sometimes
stay.
you need to stay the 4 years, learn how to be a professional,
Like
and that's just being real. But a lot of them boys like.
where you go?
I don't know, but a lot of the guys that stay or go, they don't be the centers. The centers, they go because the bigs are needed, but they're the ones that need to stay. But the thing is, if they stay at Duke, they're not going to be coached up because they don't coach up centers. Everybody else thrives and excels because of his system. If you look at the way Coach K's system is put, why our guy we talking about, Christian Laettner, did nothing in the NBA is because you're dominant in the league as far as collegiate and even in high school. You could drop 60 points. You could drop 60 points. But when you get to that, when you get to the game where everybody's your height but faster, smarter, better.
I mean, but
look at all the guards. No, but Boogie, look at all of the guards that came from Duke. They didn't regress. They didn't fade to black. They played ball.
No, I get it. No, listen, I'm totally in agreement with this, bro. I ain't even fitting in like.
I only did that because what we talking about Mark.
I rock with Duke and I rock with Syracuse. So I know and the thing about it is, if you really want to be honest about Duke's program, you know what I'm saying, a lot of their players don't really transition well to being NBA players. Let's start there.
They guards do. Their bigs don't.
Guard heavy, yeah.
They guard
which guards? Tell me which guards really transition and really made an impact in the league.
Irving.
All right.
Grant Hill.
Yeah, I was gonna say Grant.
Okay.
You look at Jason Williams. Remember what I said? No, it was
everybody. I don't got nothing to do with that. I don't have nothing to do with that. I'm just telling you. After you say Grant Hill and after you say Kyrie, because both of those guys are borderline Hall of Famers.
Well, y'all tell me some more guards. Y'all tell me more guards that came from Duke because I'm not a Duke fan. I'm a UConn fan.
All right, I
guards that came from there.
JJ Redick.
Look at his career. It wasn't trash.
Chris Duhon. I'm telling you as a basketball aficionado, when you looking at the guys that's going to the top 75, the top 100 players, the guys that are going to the Hall of Fame, it's not coming out of Duke.
I didn't never say that the top.
That's what I'm trying to get to. That's why I'm enlightening you. I'm enlightening you.
You're not enlightening me on that because I never said that. I said all of
you said the guards. You said the big man. Said
outside of the bigs thrived in the NBA.
Got it, bro. Yeah.
All right. You know what? Double teams, this is why they don't work. Because attitudes go into the next take, and it just further proves the takes that I bring are on point. I'm not conceding. No, you didn't. And I'm not speaking to you on that. I'm just speaking to the public that's watching the show. I didn't say anything wrong about the Duke players. I didn't talk trash about any of them. I stated facts. I don't know all of them, but everybody outside of the centers had good careers in the NBA. The centers, we don't know who the fuck they are.
Because Duke, Krzyzewski's program, and Duke, and the ACC as a whole, they play guard heavy. They play guard heavy.
That's what I was talking about. But when you rebuttal that, but don't have a challenge to, only thing that I was saying was their centers are trash, a la Christian Laettner, a la Mark Williams, because those are the recents, and I compared Mark Williams to Christian Laettner. What? Where am I
The
wrong?
only thing that what I said was, I said when you look at the Duke program, a lot of their players do not transition well to being great NBA players. That's what I
I
said. That's
I
what I
agreed with that.
said. So
I
when we
agree.
started to talk, you said they didn't develop the centers. I agreed to that, and I said you say the guards. I said which guards have transitioned really well. After we got from Kyrie and Grant Hill, there were no other guards that you can go on, and that was my point to tell you that even as a Duke fan, they do not transition very well. Oh yes, the ACC they are guard heavy, they're guard driven. If you think about a lot of the great ACC teams, that's what they drive to. But if you look at other programs such as a Georgia Tech, programs such as a UNC, you know what I'm saying? These are programs that turned out guys that are top, you know what I'm saying, top guys in the league, top guys that go on to excel to go into the Hall of Fame. That's
Okay,
all I
so
was saying. I'm
and
not
it is
double teaming or nothing. I'm just trying to get my point across so everybody can have some clarification.
no, we got that clarification. And we got that off of top when I was talking about everybody else outside of the centers. But the thing was, y'all were against that off top. That's why I named the few people that I knew from Duke. I didn't even name JJ Redick because I forgot and I don't watch Duke. And it's even more players than what we named. We don't even name all of them. But the whole premise was the centers. Everybody else can have a whole career in the NBA, whether it's trash. Because guess what? I didn't have an NBA career. I was trash. T didn't have an NBA career, WNBA. To those players, she was trash. Boogie, you didn't either. To those players, we're all trash. But guess what happened to the players that made it? The ones that I was talking about versus the two bigs that are trash that we see numerically and everything. Remember, I started it. Mark Williams versus AD last game versus AD in the Lakers uniform. What did he do? That's what I said. And now segue from that to the Duke players and them not doing anything with their bigs. Name one more big that came from Duke. One more big. Because remember with guards.
Carlos Boozer, Shane Battier.
Those weren't bigs. That was small forward position. And what's the name was like power forward position. I'm talking about center.
But they had to play.
We're talking about Dwight Howard.
Yeah,
so we're not talking about the small forward. Because also with that, I didn't just say guards. I was talking about every other position at Duke outside of the center. Because that's the one position they don't.
They've been producing that. What they usually do is get guys that can stretch. They was one of them guys. Well, that was one of them teams that started the stretching before, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like
the truth.
For a stretch for, yeah, good.
That's the truth, bud. That's the truth, bud. And I'm 100% on your side with that. But my whole thing is a center? No. You got to go for a UConn for that with the men.
You
got to go for a North Carolina. You got to go to a Wake Forest for that. You got to go to a Georgetown for that. You can't go to Duke for that. They produce
you may
everything
even need to go
else
to like look in like the big, because the Big East is where you would normally find your centers, because the Big East was center heavy. You know, the Big East consistently put out centers. So
this is what I do know. When I stand on business, I stand on business.
So yeah,
I don't know all of the cards, but I know it's an ass more of them than the 5 that we named.
Yeah,
outside of guards, shooting guards, small forwards, and power forwards. I know it's more than them.
There's more, but you're right. They don't have centers to bring out, and that is where, and that's the problem when you have Mark Williams like that. Mark Williams can he take up space? Yes. Can he produce on the floor at night consistently?
Sometimes.
No. But
Remember
can he do
sometimes.
it? Yes. However, is he the piece that they were needing? I didn't understand that trade to begin with.
I think completely healthy, yes. Because he is
But they knew he wasn't completely healthy.
right. And that's what
They
I was
knew
saying.
that before they did the trade. So that's why I said that trade did not make sense.
And T, look, also, like I said, when we all had to go back and look up him and Google him, see who he was, what he was doing, look at his highlights and stuff like that, and I saw his plays, bro, that's not impressive at all. Dwight can do better than all of that. That was my only thing in that whole tape. But when you stretch it and you don't take that for what it is, it goes to all of that. And all of the other is unnecessary.
That's a GM move. That's a GM decision.
And he's
because if that's the case, if you're gonna do that and you can bring him in you can get Dwight for less than nothing for no other reason, just because he'd rather come back from overseas. And he's maybe not healthy, but
he's healthy because he's balling.
He's doable and he's on the court, whereas Mark's not necessarily on the court. Then why not go that move? That's why I said.
See, that's where the argument is started, because Boogie was like, he was taking it where Mark was better in that sense, and that's where I went back to where it all started from. And
I don't think I'm not sure if he's better. I think it makes more financial and more players more sense as a team, because what you need is production. You don't need someone on a bench, which is why the trade got rescinded. You rescinded the trade because he's injured. He can't do nothing for he can't do nothing for you when you bring him in if he's injured.
So let's go off of everything. I'm gonna negate everything else I said. You said we're gonna go off of somebody that's able, not coming off of the bench. Mark Williams will be coming off of the bench, just like AD is going to be now in the future for the Dallas Mavericks. Coming
off the bench. I mean, not in like injured, like where he's going to be sitting.
Dwight is going to be balling. Mark Williams, we don't know. And this is what I was saying from the beginning. We traded Often Connect, aka Dalton Connect, for him. What we could have got and kept Dalton Connect and got Dwight, who is balling and has been balling. Who cares how good they are in China? The man is playing and is healthy, just like his last few years in the NBA. That's all I was saying. And that's not me just hyping Dwight up or being a fan of it. It's proven. We have tape of that. We also have tape of Mark Williams, who hasn't played 85 games in the 3 years that he's been in the NBA.
Yeah, and it's just it makes
bad forward, all of these things, even messed up his contract because of his body. Versus who I was saying from the beginning, Dwight Howard. That's where the whole debate came from, which is debunked right now because Dwight Howard is the better look. He's cheaper. He's ready to go. He's won a championship with LeBron.
And then that's why I said, then if that's with that being said, then that's a GM decision. Because if that's the case and you can do all that, why not bring him back? There's a reason for them not bringing him back. That's a GM thing. And it could be LeBron. Yeah.
Who else? And what else makes any other sense? You got nobody else to go to, but Luka needs a center that he can lob to. That's what he even said.
And he's not going to have that
unless you get Dwight now, because nobody else.
You're not going to have that.
You got it. You got it with Spencer because he can jump out the gym, but they don't believe in him.
They don't, because they still believe in LeBron. LeBron's not going to allow that.
See what I'm saying? It's hard to put our takes on things when you got to look at the whole thing. But without going into this whole thing, I was trying to just go to the cut through and say it, but it brought up disagreements and things. And so
I think LeBron has too much control over what's going on in LA, and I don't think people realize that. I think he has too much control over what's going on.
I think people know that. He didn't just have that in LA. He had that in every team and every system.
He had it in Miami. He had it in Cleveland.
That's why he was never in the GOAT conversation wherever I played. When Kobe begged his whole 20-year fucking career for help, all they gave him was Pau Gasol, and he still got 2 more championships out of that. LeBron got what he needed off of somebody and traded his future, which is non-existent right now, for somebody that was coming the next year. They could have had all those pieces together. The Balls, the Harts, the Ingrams, the Kuzmas, all of those guys could have been balling together with AD and LeBron. But LeBron saw all of those people as stats that he couldn't have. Mic drop. That's the bullshit that we're dealing with.
Yeah. Because if his numbers aren't where he wants them to be, then he needs it to benefit him to where he's the centerpiece.
That's why everybody else look good to him. That's why Mark Williams looked good to him. And that's why Dwight didn't. Dwight is still trying to argue the case. He's one of the top 75 players when he is. He's gotten MVPs before. He's gotten defensive players of the years before, which LeBron has never got.
And LeBron is not going to let him.
LeBron is not going to let him. He's never got defensive first team, second team.
No, he's
or player of the year. Dwight has.
When people put him in that conversation, they're like, "Oh, LeBron's a GOAT." No, he's not. I'm sorry. Is he good? Yes.
What did Jordan and Kobe do? Do it both ways.
Is he great?
Nah.
At his position? Yeah.
What's his position?
He's great. He plays. He can switch between the 4-5, but he's more of a 4.
See, that's what I'm saying. We don't know. He chooses on the games. Real players play their position the whole damn time. Kobe played shooting guard, but when Derek Fisher was being locked down by more athletic guards or couldn't guard him, what did Kobe do? Both ways they ass. I'm gonna bring it up, and I'm gonna play them defensively. I never seen LeBron James do that one time in his whole NBA career. I saw LeBron James score 8 points versus what's old boy, the short guy's name that played on Dallas? It wasn't Dellavedova. It was the short guy. I can't remember his name. The white short guy that balled on him like that. 8 points. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I'm not a Mavericks watcher, so
I'm not either. So I can't think of his name, but people that's watching know exactly who I'm talking about. That guy gave LeBron fits because he tried to do both ways with it. When it happened with Kobe, the man disappeared, and other people popped up because other places on the team exposed leaks.
Yeah, and then somebody else
started him, he got exposed and he didn't score points. They lost. They lost a championship behind that.
Text. They were like, "Are we gonna act like Dwight didn't assault a dude sexually?"
Now, see, what I won't do is do that.
We not doing it.
That's not basketball. It's not sports.
That's not. Yeah, that's no. That's what I'm saying.
And the one thing that I say about that, nobody said nothing about LeBron. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. So,
and the baby boy.
Yeah, let's go.
Either at the end of the day, we know who controls the Lakers, and it is LeBron and the GM. And
you didn't know about the trade. Your agent is the same as that man's agent, and you didn't know he was getting traded. Like Rich Paul didn't tell you what was going on. Get out of here.
They got the same agent.
Him and AD. Yes. And remember, I was at dinner. I didn't know. You fucking liar. That's how AD got to the Lakers.
Yeah. Like I said.
That's how
Oak and Dagger.
Remember, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. That's how he was there. And when he got traded, the same damn thing. Because what he was doing, being a great perimeter player, 3-and-D, doing what you asked, did a little bit too much. Now you're out of here. By who?
He got what? Another 2 years left?
Yeah. Who? LeBron?
Mm-hmm.
He got another. And then they can re him up, but we ain't reing that up. You're out of here.
No, I'm saying he got another 2 years. He might as well go ahead and let him retire because there's
you and your son can go where y'all want to go. You can go to Miami so you can get
Bronny
one of those
cannot
Dwayne
play.
Wayne statues. Get out of
Who
here.
told Bronny he could play? Bronny's a good G League, but Bronny's not NBA material. Bronny's a good G League.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good G League.
Uh-huh.
In all honesty, he should have stayed in college another couple. He should have stayed in college another year. But I understand why they brought him out, because when he had that scare with his heart, I understand why he came out, because he wanted to be able to play with his daddy. And I get that.
Let me ask you this with heart. Compare the two, because I know the better. Who would you rather have? Sharif O'Neal, or would you rather have Bronny James?
Sharif O'Neal.
You know he's on the practice squad in the G League with the Kings right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Balling. He's just not hitting it. The man can shoot inside, mid-range, outside. The man jumps out of the gym. The man has effort like no other, because he know who his dad is and does it like that.
The name
versus James, another one. Yeah, the name to James.
A little more heat. Why? Because he's the leading scorer. That name has a little more pull at the moment. But I
can't give the name that, because look at Shaq. LeBron ain't three-peated nowhere.
No.
LeBron lost more than he won.
Once he retires,
when you look at the names, going off of what you said, no. Shaq's son should have had that role, playing up and being able to prove himself. He was balling with Max Christie out there and balling.
Yeah, but when I say the name, because LeBron is still playing and he's in the league, that gave the aesthetic, that gave them that gave them that headline and what they were looking for. That's why. And let's be real, once LeBron retires, you ain't gonna hear nothing about Bronny. Bronny's what? Less than a point a game?
Right.
You're not gonna hear about Bronny at all. In all honesty, I think the baby boy is better than Bronny. For real.
I do too. That's what everybody says. He is. He really is. On all levels. Inside scoring, inside shooting, mid-range, outside. It's not as good as, like I said, Shaq's sons is, but he is balling like that. He's a lot better than Bronny is.
It's going to remain to be seen, because we got, now that football's out the way, you'll be able to really lock into basketball and see what the rest of the season, the year is going to be like. We got, March Madness coming up in conference play in college basketball, so we'll be able to see what's looking good and what's coming out of there. Like, in all honesty, I know Cooper Flagg is going to come out. However, I think he would benefit from staying another year. That's just me.
I'm not mad at that.
And then, and then after that, we got the NFL draft coming up in April. So there's a lot to be said, a lot to be seen, a lot to look to. And then we got the WNBA and all the things that they've done. And then we've got the Unrivaled League and the things that they've been doing. So to see what's coming.
Give me four, T, in your March Madness right now for the men's and women's. Give me four.
So my final four?
Yeah.
UCLA, women's, UCLA, USC, if they put them in the right bracket. I think Texas, because I don't think they're going to put Texas and USC in the same bracket. And then Notre Dame, as far as women's concerned. For the men, I have.
Wait a minute. You said for the women's who?
Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame, USC, Gamecocks, UCLA, and then I think Texas. I don't think they're going to put them. I don't think they're going to put Texas in the same bracket as the other three. I think Texas is going to be a sleeper. I really do.
So you don't think UConn's going to be in that top four?
I think UConn will get to the Elite Eight.
Cool. I understand that. I feel the same way that you feel, but I think USC is not going to be in that top four. In that top four. So, on the men's, where you got?
Auburn. Auburn, if they continue to play like they are, I think Auburn's going to be there. I think I think UConn may be able to. I think UConn will make the 64. I don't know how. Danny Hurley's a good coach. A couple of my cousins my cousins are from Jersey City. They all played with him at St. Anthony's. They played for their father and Mike and all of them, so they know them pretty well. So I think they're going to make the 64. I don't think they're going to get as far as they got the last couple of years.
I don't. I think they'll get to the 4 though.
But you have them. Who else is I think Clemson's a sleeper. And then you have who's it? Iowa State.
I'm not mad at your 4 on the men's. I'm not mad at those at all.
So I think it's going to be. I think this year there is no. The thing about it is on this year, because nobody saw Auburn being number 1. I mean, I did not. And I think this year there is no real. This year is really a toss-up. It's going to be anybody's game. I don't think. Can USC go back to back? I don't know, because with them losing to Texas Sunday, I don't know how that shakes them up. Because what they don't have is they still don't have a dominant big. With Watkins down, they still don't have a dominant big inside like they've had the last couple of years, which is what is tearing them up, because they can't handle some of them bigger girls inside. So they're going to have to streamline that in order to, I think, get back to, if they can get that under control, they can get back to, I think, to the championship game. Definitely the Final Four. I don't know about the championship game, though. I don't see them.
Yeah, I'm not going to put that pressure on you. That's why I just said the Final Four, because we're looking at the tops right now, and that's easy I don't see them. If anything, I don't see them losing before the Elite 8 is where they're going to hit trouble. I think, but like I said, it's going to come down to them getting that 5 position locked in and getting them, really getting into that situation. But it's going to be anybody's game. March Madness is going to be something to see. We're in February, so we're really getting into conference play right now, and then conference tournament championship should be starting in the next 2-3 weeks. So it's going to be. We're going to see. That was their first SEC loss. I still see them standing on. I think it's going to be them in Texas in the SEC championship game, because I don't think LSU is going to be able to handle that, because you have those big 3, and those big 3 cannot continuously play 40 minutes. True. Morrow, Flage, and Williams, they're good, but they're not going to be able to continue to play 40 minutes and continuously play 40 minutes throughout the tournament. That's not going to happen. That's why I don't think they'll even beat us.
No, they're not.
It's not a matter of bigs with us. It's a matter of skill. Just same as USC, and I was only giving you a hard time with that. With the Texas, because and another one. But when you look at UConn and you look at USC, all year we can be fine. In them tournaments, if it's not a surprise, they're going to win.
Exactly.
They're going to win. Remember, upset means things when it comes to USC and UConn, because that's the only way they lose. Otherwise, they play the same game every week. There's no surprises. There's nothing new. It's a matter of stop it.
Exactly. And it's going to take Paige and KK and AZ to be on their game, because even though you have Sarah in down low and she's a good post player, she is still a freshman.
That's right. She don't know what everybody else knows. Her freshman stint isn't like what Stewie's was like what Rebecca's was, or wasn't like what Tarassi's was. It's different. Right. You know what I mean? And this is not taken away from her game. She's just not on that elite level. She was number one in the recruiting class for a reason. She was a McDonald's All-American for a reason. She's a great player now. We're not taking her legs out. No, but she cannot. She's not going to be able to carry them once they get into the conference play and the nuts and bolts of what it's going to take to get in that 64 slot and make that run, that 6-game run. That's right. All right, before we get out of here, T, and I know we went away from it, but I wanted to hear your take on the Debo thing because you know how all year Kyle Shanahan was slacking on the injuries. Oh, you said there's nothing wrong next week. This person is missing practices because he really is injured. Fred Warner got a broken bone in his foot. You got Christian McCaffrey, both legs injured. You got all kinds of different injuries that weren't reported like that. But right now, you got Debo Samuels, and I think it's respect because he could have done it. He could have did it sooner, even at his exit conference.
And he asked. He asked for permission.
He asked, and I think that's respect because even the way they tried to use, remember last year, 11 targets in the Super Bowl, 3 catches. When all of those other weapons were healthy and even wide open at the time. And even this year, when they tried to force feed him, and remember when our playoffs was on the line and he dropped that pass versus the Rams? Oh my goodness. And that was a couple weeks after him getting on to the kicker. A lot of people say he choked the guy. He didn't do none of that. He put his hand out. And it just so happened to touch the guy's neck. He didn't choke that guy. He didn't do anything like that. It was this.
He was valid, and he was valid in his anger.
What I mean? Oh boy stepped up and charged, and he was bigger. He did this.
He was valid in his anger with the kicker because let's be real, our kicker.
Well, our season on your leg. Our season on your leg, man.
Robbie Gold, and you missing stuff that you shouldn't.
Ain't nobody rushing you. You don't got pressure.
Is kick.
You don't got pressure. You ain't got to make a pass. Yeah, like you said, all you do is kick. And you're missing when our season is on the line.
So now, I can understand
if Debo wasn't a captain, he'd be in the wrong. But he was a captain. He got to say something.
So I can understand him being angry. I think his wanting out, I think it has to do with the way he's being utilized. I don't think he's able to get healthy the way he needs to get healthy because they're trying, Kyle's trying to be too much. I like the offensive coordinator hire because it'll allow him just to focus on one job, hopefully.
Right.
But I think him asking for requesting
for that. They hired Kubiak for the offensive.
I think him requesting a trade will allow. It'll be good for both of them, allow him to see what's out there and where he can go. And in all honesty, his time in San Fran may have run its course.
And that $15 million won't be against the cap.
Exactly. So it may
with 2 players.
Because you can't keep Brandon in, Debo.
This is only hypothetical because I can't say that this will or is even a possibility. Would you rather have Tyreek Hill for him for a trade? Because remember, Tyreek Hill wanted to go, and he even said he would like 49ers to be one of his destinations. Or would you like it to be the defensive end out of the Cleveland Browns, who wants to?
Honestly, I think I would rather have Myles Garrett.
I sure would too.
I'd rather have Myles Garrett because
him with Bosa, and if you put him on our team now, he's only $1 million for the next 2 years.
Yeah, I'd rather have Myles Garrett simply because then that allows that defensive front to get a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. We got enough people we have enough in the running back room. Guerrero, the dude, the young boy that got shot. We got enough people in the running back room. You have Brandon, and Jennings in the wide receiver room. I think there's enough people in that offensive side of the ball to where you can finagle your pieces a little bit.
And we can we can also try to get Higgins or D-Hop from Devontae from the Jets.
Exactly. I don't think bringing Tyreek will be as beneficial as bringing Myles Garrett over.
That's true.
Especially with Salah being back, I think that will be more of where if Lynch is smart, he will do that way, and then that will allow them to not only look at what they got, but then look at what's coming out of the draft.
Right, and not only that, but Tyreek would be a great piece to make our wide receiver core and Brock Purdy look good, but Brock Purdy can't throw it as far as Tyreek can run.
Exactly.
He can't get it to him without Tyreek having to slow down and come back to a pass.
And that's not gonna be beneficial to anybody.
You know what I mean? We saw that so many times. That's why our receivers were hurt. It wasn't because they weren't conditioned. Our receivers are elite, all of them, whether they're fast or not. But how many passes they had to break down to come back to a pass? How many times they had to stretch to do
that one play? Jawan had to stretch and daggone it broke his body in half.
You know what I mean? All the way like this, and this is you coming forward and had to lean against gravity and everything to lean back and get over.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that. I think weight will be the thing to do, and having him with Bosa, and he's not only good at rushing, he's good against the run.
Mm-hmm.
And that will help us. It will help us with that being a trade with our 11th pick. We can get a real solid lineman.
Exactly.
My thing is with that 11th pick, trade back because we always get better people in the second or third day. Remember, where did Dominic Pooney come from?
And you know who I think would actually work in the secondary and people in that backfield, and it's just people say I'm wrong. I honestly think because he's not going to go in the first round, he may go second or third. I honestly think if we could pick up Shiloh,
why not?
I think that would work.
Why not? It makes sense. It makes sense, and everything that you're saying as far as having Wade, having Bosa, having Saleh, you know the first thing, and I think the one thing that Saleh signed for, he said, I'm not coming unless y'all sign Greenlaw.
And I think Greenlaw, and that's why I think Greenlaw will be back. So Greenlaw, you have Greenlaw and Fred on that opposite end, and you put Halafunga, and you put Shiloh in that back.
But see, remember, Huff might be gone, but we good because we got Malik Mustafa.
We got Mustafa. And either way, you put him back there with Shiloh, or even if Shiloh comes off the bench, Shiloh could still be, right there. And if you got that,
you still got Ronaldo Green, you still got Diamond Lenore. We got our players
solid, and you get him, and Shiloh is actually good. People sleep on Shiloh. Shiloh's good.
Put him
put Garrett up in that front, then that allows them to rush that QB. I think we can close that pocket.
Yep, because it's going to be a lot of passes that's just up in the air. Go get them. And our corners and our safeties go get them. Well, our safety, he doesn't go. He go hit it.
Exactly. And Fred too busy trying to knock people's heads off. So
right,
it'll be okay.
Before we get out of here, T, you got any shots that you want to run down before you go? I want to steal one from you and give a shout out to Joseph Larry Urban III, man. Shout out to you. Go ahead, run them down, T.
Trey.
I had to talk to him. That's my
I know. Shout out to Trey. Shout out to Hendry. Shout out to, I know my husband was watching. He done popped in at some point.
Shout out to hubby.
So, you know
we love you out here, man.
So shout out to the whole Hate Debate crew, all the people watching. Thank you for tuning in. We get a little sidetracked, but that's what happens sometimes with family. We do that, but we're gonna be back for another Hater Debate. We're gonna be back for another time, and we're gonna have fun and make it do what is it. We got a lot more coming down the pipeline. So just stay tuned, and thank you for all those who rock with me. And for those who saw my post, I wasn't calling anybody out. I was just saying I said what I said. The girl is a little passionate at times, so y'all just gonna have to bear with me.
Hey, she told the truth. So if y'all looked at that as hate, you're looking at it because you didn't watch the show. She didn't do anything but reiterate what she said. It's no disrespect on this show. That's why right now what she said is love to the family, love to the squad. I love all y'all that take y'all time out to be with me here on Hated Debate. and us being together, because this is the illest squad that's out here. We're not afraid to put it all out there. We're not afraid to put our points out there. That's what it takes to have a great show, instead of everybody agreeing. Everybody, yes, this is great. No, we don't do that here. Shout out to Boogie. Shout out to Black. Shout out to UT. Shout out to every single follower that we have: TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, X, and YouTube. We appreciate y'all. We got the t-shirt press machine in the building.
Oh, yeah.
We got the merch on the way. We just want y'all to be ready. And for everybody that's just tuning in, you're a little bit too late. Get your ass out of here. We'll catch y'all next week. T, we will be in the next couple of days. It won't be so late. Basketball season is over, so we don't have to go on so late. We ride, we having fun. I appreciate you being here with me, rocking with me, and your great takes that you had tonight, your great debates that you had tonight.
We're gonna be all right. It's gonna be. We live to play another day. We're gonna get into the Kendrick Lamar halftime show next time we get on, because that's a whole separate segment that I think needs to be discussed.
For all the woke people, man, I love those woke people jeans that he wore. The tighten the thigh, loosen the leg. I'm
still tripping over the fact that he said he smiled in the camera. But again, that's another day, another time for another day.
Hey, T, people was mad at me because the whole time, all year I was like, I wouldn't want to see it. And I was watching, I was giving his shots out. And after it, they was like laughing at my post when I was like, I like his lineup, because it wasn't the songs that I didn't like where he used that stupid voice. And it's okay with me. And they're watching and they're seeing right now, how do you feel today that I trolled you and you're mad and you stopped responding? It's okay, man. I don't lose on what I stand on, because I don't stand on bullshit. I stand on business. And with that being said, we're only here to do one thing, and that is, we're here to do three things. What are those three things, T?
Here to bring you the facts, data, and statistics up close and personal. Letting you decide if it truly is hate or debate.
Pulls off three-pointer.